All right, guys. Thank you for joining me again tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate you those that willing to put up with my bullshit. So anyway, with that being said, we're talking tonight. We're gonna jump right into it. The mandates that are seemingly being dropped everywhere around the United States. Um, there is some people that will say that it's coincidental that with everything going on over on the other side of the world, they just so happen to simultaneously, damn near everywhere, drop the mandates. Whether it's the mask, vaccine, the passport, whatever that is. Now, interestingly enough, while we all been staring at the Ukraine, here in the United States, they dropped a national vaccine passport. And the article was in, forgot what magazine. But a couple of people have replicated the article. So anyway, with that, if they dropped all the mandates, if they dropped all the mask wearing, why did they decide to come out with a national vaccine passport? Little suspicious, if you ask me. And again, all in time to keep us calm, So, interesting, guys. But there is, and it's not a bigger problem, but it's a more localized problem. But the mandates here in New York City, for example, they'll be ending the 7th, if I'm not mistaken, next week. You had all these people, February 11th, that lost their jobs. So these people gave up all their shit, put their life on the line, and they got fired. Now you turn around 3 weeks later to say, nah, we're not going to mandate anybody to get the booster, and we're going to drop all the other mandates. You have people here in New York scaring those who want to go without their mask. Oh, that's a bad idea. I'm going to keep mine on, especially when I'm in the train or when I'm on a bus. The kids at school, they should keep it on. If this is bad. And I'm like, wait, are they trying to instill fear? Like they're trying to keep that fear on the edge there. Because they go, well, you guys can keep your mask on, but if the numbers go up, we're going to have to reinstitute them again. I'm like, do we live in fucking communist China now all of a sudden, just like that? So, again, they're keeping the fear in tow to make sure people don't get too comfortable with leaving their mask off. Listen, you know what? Here's the 65 whaler. Here's the problem, right? I retired on my own, so like legally, it was my choice. So I have to live with that choice. But those who were fired, those who were left on LWOP, leave without pay, I hope they sue the shit out of the city. Because you put these people through all of this bullshit to turn around and drop the mandates. Now, the problem is, and I forgot to mention this, he didn't drop the mandates for city workers yet. But he dropped the mandate for private sector workers. So, city workers still have to get the shot. But if you come into if you come on the job as of right now, today, like you wanted to join NYPD, FDNY, you have to still get the shot. But they're going to drop that down the line. So why are they still playing this game? They're still dragging this shit along. And they all said the same exact shit, which I found a little suspicious, is, well, we're going to drop these mandates as long as the numbers stay low. So, listen, I mean, this bullshit is enough already. And, believer for life. You know what? I wish I could say the same. I wish I could say I never wore a mask. But when I took the plane ride, I had a mask on. Guys, on the plane ride going to and from Texas, I might have had my mask on 10-20% of the times. Easily. No one said a fucking word to me. No one looked over to me and said, put your mask back on. Nothing. I was also eating peanuts as slow as I possibly... Not peanuts. Potato chips. I was eating it as slow as possible. Drinking my water. I was sipping the shit out of one of these things like it was fucking my life depended on it. So that's how I kept it off. But even then, no one said a word to me. In the airport, I didn't wear it. Right? I got through the TSA, and I took it right off. And no one said a thing to me. No TSA agent said anything to me. No one said a fucking word to me. So, I mean, maybe I got lucky. I don't know. But both ways. And none of the stewardess said a word, so I don't know. Ron Augustine said he lives in Los Angeles County, still wants his religious exemption approved. I think people should still get it approved. I think if you have one that's in, you should absolutely fight to get it approved. Fuck it, man. They want to play this game, then let's play this game all the way. Slow motion snacking is the only way. I remember there was a guy on a video, on a YouTube video, I guess, not a YouTube, Instagram, whatever. He was eating fries very slowly. I was like, awesome idea. So I was slow motioning my chip eating. Fuck them. And then I had Tic Tacs in the other hand. So when I was done with the chips, I was popping Tic Tacs like every 5 minutes. So I was able to keep the mask off majority of the time. When I passed out, though, I did put my mask on because I sleep with my mouth open. So I don't want everybody staring at me like, oh, look at that ugly asshole over there. So I put my mask on for that reason. But most of the times I left it off. So, and once you got in the airport, guys, and you were like leaving, no one said a word to you about putting it on. When I got into Texas, no one said a word to me. When I got back to New York, no one said a word to me. So we got to, everybody was leaving well enough alone. So we shall see. Private sector mandates are still in effect in New York till the 7th of March, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, guys, I think this is a fucking gigantic problem, man. Really is. They're fucking people for months, and then they turn around and go, nah. They fucked. Hey, listen, I don't know. Christian Prepper, sorry to hear that. Christian Prepper, I mean, I guess you can go to Texas. That's where the rest of us are looking to go. Texas, state of the free. But now I'm looking at maps a little differently. I'm like, nuclear holocaust might miss this area there. You know, like that's where we're at now, and it sucks that we're at this level, that we're looking at shit that way. We were told Washington State will be wearing seasonally. Angry Homesteader, you better tell your governor or whoever runs that place to go suck a dick. Wearing your mask seasonally? All right, guys, today, October 1st, we got to put our mask on. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way that's happening. Seasonally. What? Again, guys, the stupidity of the world. I am no longer going to argue with stupid people. I found myself doing, and you know what? When I said in the Angry Prepper I was arguing with stupid people, I lost a lot of time doing that shit. That's why I was really upset. I was like, yo, I lost fucking 3 hours arguing with stupids. I'm like, I let the stupids win. That's why I was upset. Ontario vaccine passport gone today. Very good. Ontario got rid of it. There was another Canadian state that got rid of it as well. Either last week or maybe it was this week. I can't remember who. So, Olivia, thank you for the donations again. Forrest, the whole poisoning thing. I think this is me thinking, guessing, hypothetical, that people are looking at certain deaths and they're going, all right, maybe we should knock this shit off. Because Governor Hochul said she's not going to push the booster shot. She said she's going to leave it alone because she doesn't want to run into more manpower issues. Matt Smith, thank you for the donation. Right? She doesn't want to run into any of those problems, so she's going to leave well enough alone. I find that interesting. Tony Draper, man, what's going on? So, I don't know, man. It's just, it's fucked up that all of this went down. A lot of people got fired, and now they're dropping all of these mandates. So now, do people get their jobs back? I mean, how does that work, right? You know, I mean, like I said before, I left on my own, so there's no me getting my job back. But if they opened the floor to me getting my job back, that's the problem I would have. Because do I go with it, or do I let it go? You know, I mean, it's just someone actually raised that question in the comment section of one of my videos, and I think he was he was a fireman, because he rambled off a couple things that we have in our pensions that no one else has, and he was like, dude, do you think if they told you can come back, would you, or would you leave that money on the table because your X, Y, and Z would triple if you came back and worked a couple of more years? And I'm like, it's a fucking fireman. And I said, I don't know, you know. Yes, McBean, how are you feeling? I know that you had that I'm getting over a cold kind of cough in your videos. Yes, South Carolina is another free state. I know New Hampshire was one of them. I thought Maine was, but I could be wrong. There were a lot of other free states around. But Super Predator, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And then my wife was saying that. She's like, if you go back to work, we could make X, Y, and Z and really get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, we could. You know, we could, but I don't know. He says McBean says he's still fighting it. Matt Smith, thank you for the donation. But again, guys, it's my, you know, it's just something I got to struggle with. You know, but not struggle with, but, you know, deal with or worry about when that time comes, if that time comes. Hell, it might never even come to that point. I might never see it again. So, very good, McBean. So I don't know, guys. It is what it is. But the YouTube community, the support that I'm getting from you guys is you know, is great. It's nothing short of great, actually. It's awesome. Even the haters. I mean, listen. You know, it's funny. Like I said before, people dropping the channel. You know, because I made one quote calling Trump an asshole, or I said that Putin's not a hero. And with that, man, I think I shedded 100 subscribers today. All right, such is life. I just found it interesting that, and where I'm going with this comment, hopefully it makes sense. It seems today, guys, it doesn't matter where you stand, whether you're a left-leaning asshole or right-leaning asshole or center-standing doofus, doesn't matter. It seems like people want to be triggered, argue, fight, and either unsubscribe from you, unfollow you, unfriend you if you're on Facebook because of your different ideology and thinking. It's fucking insane. We have to deal with this shit with the left. We had a lot of people on the left who stopped talking to family members because they weren't vaccinated. Right? We had fucking people who unsubscribed from me or unsubscribed from YouTube channels because they weren't vaccinated. We have people who disagree with people and try to make their lives a living hell because they don't like Trump, or vice versa because they love Trump. Oh, you love Trump, you're a fucking asshole. You don't like Trump, you're an asshole. Like, that's where we are now. We're in this road where if you don't think like me, you're an asshole. And I know, guys, that it's hard to get across on a YouTube comment section. But a lot of the times, even when I read my comments, I'm like, I sound like a fucking asshole. I sound like either you agree with me or that's it kind of asshole when I read my things. So I try to be careful on how I word things now because I notice that I'm starting to sound like that asshole I hate. But that's because that's how it's coming across on when you're reading it. But in person, I can absolutely talk about it in depth and a little better and explain myself like I'm doing here. But it's hard to do that in fucking the comment section on anybody's fucking comment section. The other thing is, this is another thing. It annoys me. It annoys me to no end. When people write their fucking thesis in the comment section of anybody's comment section. You look on certain comment sections and you get to a point, guys, now where you're nervous to hit more in the comment section because you're like, is it another sentence or two, or is it a fucking book that this guy wrote? And then you hit more, and it's all the way down. You're like, motherfucker. Now you got to sit there for an hour reading his book that he wrote because you had one question. Are we being lied to? And then the guy goes, and then he's like, well, this is why I think we're being lied to. And then he goes back to the beginning and the creation of Earth. No, God, wrong. I said if you are pro-Russian and pro-Putin, to unsubscribe from me. That's what I said. I didn't say if you disagree with me, because you guys disagree with me all the time. I don't have a problem with that. That's how we're supposed to learn from one another, right? And you actually made some good comments in our back and forth, right? So that being said, if you are a pro-Russian and pro-Putin person, yes, unsubscribe from me. That's what I mean. Right? And it's God. Not God. There's a God on here. G-O-D. Unless that's an acronym for something too. But yeah, you know what I mean, guys? It's like it's fine to disagree. And and I disagree with people all the time. They disagree with me. They still follow me. But today, people took it to a new level. A new fucking level. So, again, guys, it's a bad thing across the United States. It's a bad thing across the United States, guys. This is not just, my channel. This is everywhere. We're seeing people fucking not talk to people over the silliest things. Yeah, Putin is WEF. Could you? I saw that a couple times. I saw what it meant, but please with the acronyms, not like not now. The woke level, guys. That's the other thing. The woke level shit's insane. Like, for example, I'm watching Sydney Watson. She's talking about teachers in grade school, right? And why do these stupid fucking teachers feel the need to teach their kids their pronouns? Well, what's my pronoun, little Cindy? Your pronouns are they and us and we. Well, why is that, Cindy? Because that's what you refer to yourself as, and you don't have a gender. Why the fuck is this 8-year-old talking like that to the kid? World Economic Forum. Yes, he is part of that. I said that. I said he was part of the whole thing, and people said I was an asshole. McBean, WEF is World Economic Forum. And I said that today, and yet people said, oh, you're an asshole. You're against Putin. Yes, I am. First of all, politicians, guys, across the board, done. Fuck them. It's all politicians. But anyway, back to the whole the pronoun shit. Why do we have fucking teachers in the classroom? Why aren't parents getting together and fucking roasting these fucking asshole teachers for doing this whole pronoun shit in school? Like, what the fuck? Seriously. Well, repeal 19, yes and no. Okay, so, right, the parents are doing their jobs. The problem is the schools, the principals, they're on this woke bullshit saying, hey, these teachers, they want to be referred to as us and they. So now the kid who just spent a year learning the difference between we, us, they, and us, and I, just spent a year learning the difference, now has to fucking relearn everything because this fucking asshole wants to be called we, us, and they. Psych patients, man. It's psych patients. So anyway, we have this problem in the schools. We have fucking people arguing with one another about the vaccine, the wearing the mask, social distancing, the pandemic. Matt Smith and the other dude with the paw, thank you for the donation. I'm not even going to play myself when I pronounce your name. But thank you for the donation, guys. We have all of these problems. We have fucking this guy ready to fucking flick the switch and light up the United States. We got fucking food shortages that might still be on its way or not, right? We have so many other issues to deal with, and we have fucking teachers telling their kids, well, I like to be referred to as she and her. No kidding, bitch. You got titties. There's she and her, But whatever. My pronouns are I'm a fucking asshole. That's my pronoun. That's what I would tell them. That's what I am. Matt Walsh had a very good interview on the bald-headed dude. Dr. Oz. No, not Dr. Oz. Dr. Phil. So many doctors on TV all of a sudden. Dr. Phil. And Matt Walsh is a YouTuber. If you guys don't know who he is, you should absolutely head over to his YouTube channel. Awesome dude. On the level. Makes sense. He's on Dr. Phil, and he's talking about the whole gender thing. Like, these two trans, whatever the fuck they were transhumans. They weren't even like transsexuals. It was weird. And he was destroying them on TV. Destroying them. So anyway, and this is where we are. We're fucking, yes, Dr. Phil is a fraud. I agree with you. Dr. Phil is a fraud. And listen, Walsh is, Walsh comes across as a pompous dick. That's just me. But, yeah, he's on the level. He knows his shit. What is a chemicalist? That's a new one. Do you mean a chemist? I don't know. But anyway, not the point. So, guys, here we go with the fucking acronyms again. I'm telling you guys, I must be super old. All these acronyms, I'm like, why? Why does my wife text me and she texts me acronyms? Now I'm sitting there like, what the fuck does this mean? And I got to go to my kids. What does this mean? I'm 44 years old. I'm not fucking 64. I'm not 74. I'm 44 and have a problem with fucking acronyms now. I don't know what the fuck happened. I got old. I should put on a fucking a robe and slippers and go sit down on a couch somewhere, because that's how old I feel sometimes. Yeah, it really does, man. It really does. It's like you're left out of the loop, because then you got to go to your kids. You're like, what is this? What does ITHP mean? What does that mean? And they'll tell you. You're like, fuck. Anyway, it's just one of those things, guys, where I'm like, the older I get now, I'm like, I became the old man. That's what I am. Last summer, this is how old I've become. Last summer, I went outside 3 o'clock in the morning to yell at a dude who had his radio on in the street too loud. I got up out of bed. I'm like, who the fuck is listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning? I get out of bed. I go downstairs. I'm like, yo, turn that fucking shit off. And the guy was drunk. He was drunk. And I was like, could you please turn it off? And he was like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. And he turned it down and he walked away. And I go back upstairs, and my wife is like, she goes, where'd you go? I said, I want to tell the guy to turn the music down. She goes, what music? I'm like, you were snoring in my ear. You couldn't hear the music, but I heard it. She was like, you're such an old man. And I was like, I'm the old guy. I'm the old guy that complains about loud music now. I used to play loud music. I used to be a DJ, for Christ's sake, and now I complain about loud music. I'm old. It's time for me to play bingo, rub Bengay on my body, and take my fucking osteoporosis pills and go to sleep. Because I'm done. Old age has got me. I was like, fuck. Acronyms and like technology's coming out. I'm like, and like an old man's like, how do you work that thing? Holy shit. Yeah, I like Earth, Wind, and Fire too, but not 3 o'clock in the morning, Not 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, it's always something else too, man. It's just, what the fuck? I used to be on top of shit, man. Like, yo, like the lingos, and they go, that shit is fat, son. And now, forget it. These kids say two things to me. I'm like, the fuck did you just say to me? Old age blows. Really does blow. Whatever. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse from here. Yeah, I think I could play bingo. I think I could hang out with bingo because that's a little more my speed. Probably no acronyms in bingo anyway. I'll figure it out. All right. Like when I first started YouTube, and people were writing in the comment section, and somebody was like, "I am LEO." I'm like, Leo? Why is he telling me he's a Leo? What the fuck is that? And then I'm like, oh, it's law enforcement officer. So, again, it was stupid shit like that when I first got on. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm still having the same problem. People are dropping the shit in the comment section, and like someone said, you can Google it. I do. Sometimes I go to my kids, though. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? And the kids will laugh, and when they're laughing, that means they're laughing at you, not with you. When they're laughing at you, in their heads, they're like, he's a stupid old man. He doesn't even know what this means. And I'm trying to keep up with a lot of the acronym with the kids, but I can't because they change, guys, by the month. every month is a new one. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Why can't we just fucking say, you know, like whatever the fuck it is? Why do we gotta abbreviate everything? Lazy writing, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to go off the air tonight because I want to get back home. Plus, tomorrow morning, guys, we have the Wednesday morning midweek report. I know I didn't do that last week because I was in Texas. So we will be doing it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we're going to stay away from all the Ukraine shit. And we're going to talk about a lot of the little bullshit that's going on that we're missing because of the Ukraine shit. If that makes any sense. So, LEO is a rock group. I think so. Yes, it is. It is, right? LEO? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, in Australia, it's still mandates. 10L, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that the mandates are still on. All right, guys, so I'm going to take my old ass to bed and play bingo in my sleep. And I'll see you guys either tomorrow morning or Friday at the next live stream. See you guys later, and thank you for watching.